Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Talking Relationships with your host, Andrew Spammer. Today, we are talking about the week that was with Andrew Spammer. I'm coming to you live from my beautiful country, South Africa, right here in Pretoria, Tshwane. We are excited about what God is doing, and we are excited that we are coming to you live from the capital city of South Africa, the sunny South Africa. I'm excited. Please join me and tell me where you are joining me from as we are talking relationships. Please indicate where you are and where you are joining me from, because this is your platform. This is the opportunity where we want to engage with you, where we want to talk to you, where we're talking relationships, because this is our target. This is the opportunity that we give to reflect on the week that was and the events that has happened during the week in the space of relationships. I've got an interesting topic to catch up with you tonight. If you are there, please just indicate where you are sharing this moment with, and I want to acknowledge you. Ladies and gentlemen, let me go straight to the point. I don't know whether my sound is audible enough, but we're gonna start. We will work with what we are having and make the best out of the situation. I have written in the week, I have posted also some videos, and thank you very much for the feedback on the video of my son playing drums and also playing the keyboard. Thank you very much for the wonderful feedback. But one of the words that I wrote, also inspired by the Mind Power book that I'm reading by John Cowell, if I'm pronouncing it right. It's a very good book that I'm reading. Thank you very much, Murakama Zapula from Rampahlele Morotse. Thank you very much, my brother, for coming through. All right, thank you very much. We are continuing with our topic for today, the week that was, with your relationship coach, Andrew Spammer, coming all the way from South Africa. Right, I've written in the week, Unati, thank you very much for coming through. I don't know whether you are in the Eastern Cape or in the Western Cape, but thank you very much, my dear colleague in the social work profession, Sarah. Thank you very much. Guess what? I'm in town. I am back in South Africa, and we're gonna rock this relationship thing. Ntate Tiani, thank you very much for this great opportunity. I'm happy to see you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Tata Nawangina. We appreciate you. Yes, I am back in the country. Who's welcoming me back in South Africa? Come on, ladies and gentlemen, work with me here. Mapula, thank you very much for coming through. Veronica Masinga, thank you very much. I am back. I'm in the country. All right, I am healthy, no coronavirus. Okay, I've done my 7 days already and no symptoms. I am healthy, I am well, and thank you very much for watching. Okay, thank you very much, Lee Boom Papuli. Thank you very much, my sister Rodi Wangamanda. All right, Eugene, all the way from the UK, Northampton. Welcome, welcome, my colleague. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I love you guys. You're just making it so nice, so fun. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Let's make South Africa the best ever. Joseph, thank you very much. Ndatadi Mpo, Thank you very much. We love you. We appreciate you. Oh, women of God, all the way from the Eastern Cape, Pastor Batanda, thank you very much for coming through. We appreciate you and we love you. Wow. Thank you for the love, ladies and gentlemen. Now, there is something that I learned some years back when I was doing sociology. And I remember we were doing about the study of the women in Kenya, how they mobilize themselves in order to make sure that their voices are heard in parliament and all their demands are taken to parliament for discussion. And one of the things that we learned in the class, the sociology class, was when the woman loses their voice within the big party. For example, I will talk about the ruling party. And the ruling party, you have the women's league within the ruling party. And you find that the women's league don't have a voice in expressing the demands or the needs of the women. And when you lose your voice in any relationship, you lose your identity. I'm going to repeat that. When you lose your voice in any relationship, you lose your identity. And it is very much important, ladies and gentlemen, that you don't want to lose your voice in a relationship. It doesn't matter who's paying the bills. It doesn't matter who's providing. But you don't want to lose your voice. Why shouldn't you lose your voice? Because your voice helps you to express your feelings. Your voice helps you to express what you are happy about and what you are not happy about. So it is important that as you continue to engage in the relationship, whether it is a relationship at work, whether it is a personal relationship with your spouse, a relationship between parents and children, you want to create an environment where every person that is in this relationship is able to know that they are heard. They can speak and they will be heard. But once you are in a situation where you find that you are losing your voice, that means you will be losing your identity. And as I said to you, that you don't want to lose your identity. What makes people to lose their identity in a relationship? What makes people to lose their voice in a relationship? Number one, you find that you come into a relationship as an underdog. In other words, you come in a relationship where you are dependent on your partner. And when you are dependent on your partner, and the dependent is in such a way that if you were to raise your dissatisfaction about a particular matter, the benefits that you are receiving can be withdrawn. As such, you are careful not to offend the person that is providing for you. And then how can you lose your voice in a relationship where you got an inferiority complex, where you feel, when you got the feeling that your voice is not that worthwhile, where you feel that you cannot express yourself because you are not educated enough, where you feel that you cannot express yourself because you are earning less, where you feel that your partner is in a better position, maybe is in a managerial position and you are in a lesser position, and your words doesn't matter much, and this is not coming right, it's something that you build over time. How do you build it over time? Sometimes you are sitting with your partner, you give your thought about a particular matter, and you are looked down. Your words or your utterances over a particular matter are put down harshly. And when you are feeling that you have been dealt harshly, then you are careful on how to express yourself in a relationship. And as I said to you, ladies and gentlemen, remember that once you lose your voice in a relationship, you lose your identity, you lose your self-worth. You are no longer a partner in a relationship, you are a follower. You are no longer a partner in a relationship, you are just a person that provides service. And in such a way, you will end up not feeling appreciated in a relationship. There are a lot of people that are in relationship, and where does it start? It starts where in the beginning of the relationship, where you allow certain things to continue even though you are not happy about. Some of us, we are so desperate for marriage. Some of us, we are so desperate for being in the relationship. Lizzie, thank you very much for coming through. We are so desperate to be in a relationship that we lose our voice. Some of us, we are scared to be alone. We are scared to be lonely, right? Then you end up giving yourself over to the relationship where you lose your voice, where you don't even have the power, the authority to say something in a relationship. And as such, you lose yourself, you lose your voice. And then what happens? What are the consequences of losing your voice? Remember, I said to you that this thing doesn't start immediately. It is a process. All right, you are tamed. The person that makes you to lose your voice, you are tamed. And the more you lose yourself, you become bitter. All right? I have written here that don't lose your voice in any relationship, because not talking about your feelings does not make you a better person. Not expressing your feelings in a relationship does not make you a better person, but it makes you a bitter person. I'm going to repeat that. Not expressing how you feel, not expressing your thoughts in any relationship does not make you a better person. It makes you a bitter person. And you don't want to be a bitter person in a relationship. You don't want to be sharing a bed with someone that you are bitter towards. That's someone that you feel that they don't appreciate you, where you are holding things that you are not happy about, where you are holding things that are not satisfying you in the relationship, but you are saying, for the sake of the children, for the sake of my stability, for the sake of all these properties that we have managed together, let me just hold on. No, you don't want to be in such kind of a relationship where you have lost your voice. You don't want to be in a relationship where you feel that you are undermined. All right, you want to be in a relationship where you know that you are a partaker. We are working together to build this relationship. Many men, we do this, you do things for the sake of peace. I will do it so that she doesn't continue making noise. I will do it because I'm tired of noise. It doesn't help. If you are not happy about it, state that you are not happy about the action. And how can you tell the person that you are not happy about? I like what I have learned some few years ago. Someone was talking about the hamburger approach of things. You don't approach a person by straight on and just telling them what they are doing wrong, but you enter the gates of the person with appreciating. Every time you want to address something with your partner, start with appreciating what they are doing right. Start with appreciating what they are doing right for you, what you appreciate about them, and the value that they add in your life. And when you are still appreciating them, then you come and you address the thing that you are not happy about. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, that when you address the thing that you are not happy about, you are not going to talk about your partner, you are going to talk about yourself, and you are going to talk about your feelings. And I want to tell you, if your husband is there, please call him and say, honey, please come and listen what Andrew Spama is saying. If you just call someone, tell your friends that Andrew is online and is talking relationships. Someone that needs to benefit from this broadcast, please share with them, tag them and write their name, tag them and let them come and enjoy, come and drink. Don't be selfish in enjoying this great stuff that are being shared here tonight, okay? So when you approach your partner using the hamburger approach, when you are entering the courts of your partner with appreciation, you make sure that you appreciate them. You make sure that you say what you are happy about before you can start saying what you are not happy about. But don't allow yourself to come to the situation where you cannot express your feelings in the relationship, where you feel that you cannot say anything. All right. Sometimes check the environment. You cannot address some things that are serious where you see that the person can be easily distracted. Okay? You cannot want to talk about a serious thing when someone is watching TV. You cannot want to address something in the midst of people, whether be at work, where you lost your voice, you got this nasty supervisor where you feel that you are not heard, you are not taken, you are not appreciated for the work that and the effort that you are doing. All right, the best thing is to make an appointment with someone, make appointment with your manager, make appointment with your supervisor, make appointment with your colleague, and say to your colleague, thank you very much for your time, and thank you that you have managed to come and see me, and I appreciate you as a colleague, I appreciate you as my husband, I appreciate you as my wife, but I've got something that I am not happy about. And remember, when someone says they are not happy about something, it is not for you to tell them that they are just exaggerating things, because if you step on my toe and I tell you that you are stepping on my toe, it's not for you to come and tell me that, you were just playing, to tell me that, I'm too serious. I'm telling you about my pain, and that is why I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen, that talk about your feelings, right? Don't go with an accusing mentality. Don't utter words that are accusing. You always do this. You make me do this. You make me do this. You are this. No, I go to my wife and I say to my wife, the way you have spoken, the way you spoke to me, I did not feel happy. I felt that you did not give me an opportunity to express myself. All right? And then you can go further to say that, look, I feel that every time when I suggest something, my voice is not heard in the house, and I would like you to give me an opportunity to express myself, even though you may differ from what I want to express. But please, I will appreciate if you can give me a chance to express myself. And in the relationship at this moment, I feel that I am getting bitter instead of better, because I'm getting bitter because I can't express myself. My voice in the relationship is no longer there. I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen, you use this not only in your relationship, you use these skills both at work, with your relationship with your family members, you use this with your colleagues at work, and you use this even in your relationship, in your marriage, even in your relationship with your children. And you also teach your children to express themselves, all right? Because many of us, we have lost our voice in our relationship. And what are the consequences of losing your voice in a relationship? You get surprised that after 10 years, 15 years of marriage, of relationship, all of a sudden someone just decide to say that I am over, I'm out of this relationship, I'm out of this marriage. And you ask yourself, but what is the real cause? And you look at what the person is complaining about and the actions that they are taking, they are not equivalent. Why? Because the person has lost their voice and they've become bitter instead of becoming better in the relationship. And when after that you say that I've been holding back, I've been holding my voice, thinking that things will change. The children are now grown and I am tired, I cannot take it anymore. And you find that, but these people, the children are grown, they are married, they even have grandchildren, and all of a sudden a person says that they are tired. No, the problem did not start after those years. The problem started mostly in the beginning of the marriage, in the beginning of the relationship, where you lost your voice. Another example that I can give you, ladies and gentlemen, I'll give you an example of a young lady who was in a relationship with a husband who was working. Now, the lady was not working at the particular time, and she had about 3 children. And as she had about 3 children, and she could not express, the husband will do the grocery list, will give her money to say, pay this, pay this, pay that, pay that, and he will ask, what do you want? And then he will be like running the show over the marriage. And then the young lady decided over some time, and she spoke to the husband that I want to develop myself, I want to study further. And the husband looked at it and he said to himself, look, it's a good idea, I support you to go to school. And remember that all this time, the young lady did not have a voice because she could not contribute financially. She is solely dependent on the husband who was working and as the provider. All right, so the husband could easily say things, and there was no opposition, or there was no any other thought that will challenge what he was saying. So when the lady started developing herself, she registered a course, and then she became a teacher. And then as she started to earn money, she felt that now she's in a position of authority where she can also express herself, and because he's also contributing. And as she was doing this, the husband felt that the wife now, because she's working, she's starting to undermine his authority. And it was not like that. It's just that now the wife has found a position where she's able to express herself, because she can put money on the table and he can also put money on the table. So all the things that she has taken all these years, being able to say, Siyebo Baba, and that I will do it. Now she says that now I'm putting money on the table, you are putting money on the table. Let's talk about the budget. Let's talk about buying of the car. Let's talk about the changing of the furniture in the house. Let's talk about the school the children are attending to. And what becomes even worse is when the woman starts to earn even more than the husband. And that is when now it becomes a challenge, because she's not only finding her voice in the relationship, but also financially, monetary wise, she's able to contribute, and that threatens now the husband. And most of the time, that is where some of the abuse comes in, because now all of a sudden the man felt that now this woman is starting to disrespect me, and he's starting to be abusive verbally, and to the extent that he started to be abusive even physically. All right, where did all this problem come? Where did they start? When the woman felt that she needs to submit because he's the provider. Where are you in the relationship? Yes, you are called a submissive wife. Are you submitting because you don't have the means to provide for yourself? Are you a good wife who is now in the rural village, or who's a wise housewife, because you don't have the means? Please don't lose your voice, because when you lose your voice, you will lose your self-identity. You will lose your self-esteem. You will feel like you are just a burden in the relationship. And let me tell you, when you lose your voice, you will also become boring, because you will not challenge. Your spouse come up with something, let us do this. Yes, let's do it. That also happens with men. There are men who lose their voice, especially when the women start to earn more than them. All right? They lose their voice. A woman will just say, let's do this. And he will just, for the sake of peace, I don't want problem, it's her money. You lose your voice. And things just happen. And from there you feel that now you are in debt. Your wife has made you to be in debt. You have now started to buy things that you cannot afford because you are doing them for the sake of peace. There can never be peace as long as you are not able to express your feelings in any relationship. There can never be peace if you don't open up and air out your opinion and your feelings about things that are happening in the house, about things that are happening at work. No, you are not a good person because you are quiet. No, you are not a good person because, for the sake of peace. You are not creating peace. You are creating bitterness. That is why even now you are supposed to go to work. It is a burden to go to work because you have lost your voice. And some of you, because you have lost your voice at work, you want to push your voice in the house. You become authoritative in the house because that is the only place where you feel that you've got a voice. You've got a voice and you are taking everyone around. You are pushing around your children. You are pushing around your spouse because that is the only platform. But when you get to work, you have lost it. You don't have even a single. They don't even hear your word. Some of you, when you get to the churches, because that's the only place where you feel that you've got authority. You are taking everyone around. Find yourself. Express your feelings. Right? The feelings are just that. It's a feeling, it's not you. There are times where you are feeling tired. Don't say, I am tired. I am feeling tired. There are times where you are angry. You don't say that I am angry. You say I am feeling angry. Learn to express your feelings. Teach your children to express their feelings. Teach your colleagues to, how to treat you. How will you teach your colleagues? Will you teach your spouse when you are in a dating relationship, when you are still dating, when you are in courtship stage of your relationship? Please, that is the most important platform to start expressing your voice, to start owning your voice, own your feelings. Tell your partner, this is how I feel. This is how I feel. This is how I would like things to be done. And don't push your way, but state what you are feeling. And that is where sometimes we come to the stage where we are compromising about certain situation. So it is important, ladies and gentlemen, because there is nothing that can eat you like things that eat you from inside. Where you feel that I could have said it. Where you are feeling that you are tired. Some of you are feeling that you are overworked at your house and no one is appreciating you. Some of you feel that no one, but you are dying inside. You are not saying that I want help. You are not saying you just come back. You are tired. Your feet are swollen. You want some massage. but you come back, you think that everyone will know that you are tired. And when they don't pay attention to you, you start just busting out. Yeah, you don't care. No one in this family cares. I must do the dishes. I must do the laundry. I must iron. I must prepare for the children. Have you ever taken time to sit down with the family and express what you are going through at work? Have you ever taken time to talk to your family and express how the working conditions and how you will need their help instead of just lashing out? You can build a better relationship, but please find your voice. Find your voice in that relationship. You got feelings. As long as you've got feelings, you need to find yourself in your relationship. Don't do things for the sake of peace. Don't do things to make someone happy if you cannot be happy. The principle is love your neighbor as you love yourself. You can never continue to do things for others and you fail to do those things for yourself. That is why many people are bitter. Many people just burst out. People just walk away from relationship, walk away from work, just resign because they just feel that they had enough. Why? Because they lost their voice. Don't lose your voice in your relationship. Your voice is very much important. Express your feelings. Express your feelings. Say, I am happy. Say, I don't feel happy. I feel sad. And when you do that, you will find yourself and you will build a better relationship. Don't lose yourself when you are trying to put a ring on your finger. Don't lose yourself because you are feeling that what will people say? Don't lose your voice trying to please everyone but yourself. A happy you will make a happy relationship. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. This is your brother, Andrew Spama. I talk relationship. I talk relationships, and please, we are here for you. Send us a message if you're in South Africa. Book an appointment. We accept all the medical aid for your appointment. And I'm willing for this month of December, if I'm willing to give you a 30 minutes free call so that we can just do assessment of where you are and we can agree on the steps that we can take in order to help you. Remember, it is not about fixing the other person. You fix yourself, because when you are strong, you'll make a better, lovable partner in a relationship. Better, lovable, productive employee at work. Thank you very much. God bless you. Let's meet next week again on this platform, talking relationships with your brother Andrew Spama. Thank you very much. God bless.